It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Now Fields going to throw on the first play. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. On the move past the 40, down the left sideline. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Devin Singletary, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Jameis to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. The Saints at 2-6 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far, running, passing.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Winston. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now Winston on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive. To the air again with Winston. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. The 20. 5. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Down inside the 10, and all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now it's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Fields. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So maybe some signs of life. This has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterwards. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time he ends up drawing the flag.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. 8 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, Fields. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Fields on third down. Touchdown, Bears! Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And my goodness, another interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw is Fields. Buying time to his left. Odell Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
They snap it to Fields. Forced out to his left. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took it beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
From the gun, here's Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back to the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
After the sack on first down, Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. And here we go on 4th down, Fields. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Singletary again. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Fields. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
On 4th down, Fields. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Saints will have the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Fields throw complete there to Beckham. Touchdown, Chicago! Odell Beckham, 39 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Well, that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Winston.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you, no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis again. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
On first down, Fields.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
To try again after the sack. Fields flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Back to throw, Fields.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
Here's Winston. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Right back to Singletary on second down.
Down right around the 25. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They go right back to Singletary.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Singletary trying the left side. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. Caught out right by Renfro.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Saints will have the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Winston now. Steps away to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 44, Winston. It's Hill, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. Now Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. In motion goes the tight end. On 1st and 10, Winston.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.